This is Paul. Yes. I'm just sitting here. Yeah, it's about 8:30. Coach, out of money, out of tobacco, not having any coffee, having to go do some physical labor so that I can pay somebody back. Yeah. Doing a load of laundry this morning, but I'm really concerned that somebody's intentionally not enforcing the laws of the United States. Now, I know you wanted me to go to prison and you put me on the docket again, but I didn't see it on the Washington State Court website. Pooch. Is there some reason I'm not getting any phone calls? You just don't want to admit that what you've been doing is against the law? You know, that dissolution of marriage, violating the UCCJEA, pooch, violating my son's rights for 7 years and 3 months. Yeah. And then you sit there every fucking day acting like there's no possible way that I'll have you sued and I will have you put in prison. Pooh. Now I'm going to go through the actual employees of every prison of the United States and find out. Now there's always this question because I was looking at the 9As last night and I had a good reason for looking at them. Pooch, criminal trespass. Computer criminal trespass. Is a smartphone considered a computer? Let's say you decided to tap my phone because I paid $10 for that phone. Yes. But for some reason you kept fucking with it the whole time that I owned it, and the truth of the matter is I have ownership of it. I paid $10 for it. But it's a smartphone that has other software on it, has programs. It's an Android operating system. Yes. Yes, yes. Could you look at the actual definition of computer in the 9As? Pooh. Is it only a desktop computer, or is it a desktop and laptop, or is it a desktop, laptop, and tablet, or is it a desktop, laptop, tablet, and smartphone that has software that can be downloaded and uploaded? Now, I'm thinking computer trespass in the first, second, or third degree for every time that you decided to fuck up my phone. I'd like to have some charges. Now, do I need to go to the police station? Because I thought that if you have knowledge of a crime and you're a police officer, yes, you have the obligation to investigate that crime because of the detectives that they employ in the sheriff's and the police department. It's kind of like a citizen that has information about domestic violence or child abuse. Yes. I email you the evidence, you investigate it, and then you file a complaint on the part of the state of Washington. Yeah, that party of the prosecuting attorney's office. Now, for some reason, you thought that only the petitioner could use the prosecuting attorney's office because I did email the prosecuting attorneys numerous times about the crime of using forgeries of those in office. Yes. Then I put all those screen prints on Facebook of every time there was a first, second, or third degree computer trespass. Yes. And it seemed like the detectives employed in most all police departments, sheriff's departments, they just don't feel that they have to respond to the actual information that identifies a crime. Now, this information, does it have to be in the form of a police report? I mean, do I actually have to go to the police department? Or are you legally liable for the information of child abuse, child abduction, child exploitation, kidnapping, ouch, violating certain federal statutes, VAWA, PKPA, UCCJEA. Now, I emailed you 1,900,000 emails, and you kept playing this game that I have to go to the actual department, fill out a police report, and then you investigate the evidence because you're not legally liable for any of the information on your own personal computer or your own email address. You don't have to admit the evidence that I didn't commit any crime. Now, I'm not planning on going to the police department or the sheriff's department today, and why don't you put online when I've been scheduled to have my next docket appearance? Yes. And then why don't you find out exactly what does information mean? Now, I would think it's citation, yes, complaint, or information. And information would be included in an actual email that documents the crime. Yes. And when you have information and you don't arraign the person within 14 days, do the police and sheriff's departments use the prosecuting attorney's office, or is it one of these where they only issue a citation when they have a police report, and even then they only involve the prosecuting attorney's office on the part of the state of Washington, the people of the state of Washington? Now, I know you would have thought somebody had gotten an email. Yes, ri.pdf. In fact, I put a link to my drive to the entire manual of the domestic violence manual as well as the 9As. Yes, he did. And you would have thought that somebody would have read